Well, hello there, folks. Good evening, and welcome back to the Masters Championship. Tonight, it is Austria Division 2, and we have 18 drivers, so hopefully it is going to be a very eventful race because Austria usually does bring up quite eventful races. It's usually probably one of the best races of the season because it's just that closely packed. There's not really much time to gain over everybody else. Like the top 18, all 18 drivers are going to be covered by, I'd say, about maybe a second and couple of tenths, so it's not going to be too bad. It should be very close. But yeah, I decided to start the stream a tiny wee bit early so we can get a good glimpse of everybody and what they're going to do. But we'll just watch F1 AMG 4044, and he's pumped across the line a 5.3. At the minute, Stevie G is on pole with a 4.7. It's a very good banker lap. Not sure who's going to actually take pole here because, as I said, it's going to be so close between everybody. But there's a couple of things to clear up. First off, Ivor Bryan Mike has returned to TMC, and he's going to be taking a full-time seat now, and he's going to be partner Kieran Trapp in the Renault. And the keeper had impressed last week his pace, and he has now got a full-time drive back again in TMC, and he is in the McLaren replacing Timo, who has left due to personal stuff and just hasn't got time for the game. So the keeper's taking his spot. So I do think we do have full 20 drivers, but it's just 2 drivers can't make it tonight. So other than that, 18 drivers, so it should be good. But as you can see at the minute, look at the time between Alibaba and Thomas. They're both literally a couple of hundredths in it, so it's going to show you that qualifying is going to be very close. As to what strategy people are going to use, I have absolutely no idea, but I have told most of the drivers about the pit entry. The way Sidegate took it there is the perfect way to take it. Just stay to the right hand side and we'll have no problems whatsoever. So I will be watching every single driver when they do come across the line to go to the pits. Ripper Rick's taking it right as well. It's very hard, but I will watch Joe because Joe's going to be one of the favourites to take pole this evening. So we'll watch his lap and see how he gets on. It's very important now to take turn 1. He's taking a tight lane. I think he was a wee bit tentative through turn 1. He probably could have went on the power a wee bit quicker, but he is on the hard tyres, we'll have to remember, as he makes the long climb up the hill. I do believe this is turn 3. It really should be turn 2 because that kink is not a turn, but he has slowed down quite well for turn 3, and it's a good drive out of the corner. Opens the DRS in the 7th gear. Is he going to go to 8th or is he going to keep it in 7th? He's going to go to 8th. Comes down now to turn 4, which probably isn't even right because there's kinks, but I'm just going to call it turn 4. I think this is turn 5. Into turn 6. He's in the 4th. He understeers a wee bit, but it's not too bad. Should have went in the 4th gear just to get the car to stick a wee bit more, but it's still a decent enough line. And we'll see what he can do now. He's coming across the line shortly. In the 6th gear. I'd have went 5th myself personally. Oh, he's lost the back end a bit. Oh, he's wide. It might be an invalidation, but he does come across the line. And it is a 6.2 on a set of hards. That is quicker than who is going to be very close to them this evening is Adam Mako, because they're both very closely matched in pace throughout, regardless of any track it is. I'm just trying to keep together. There's a McLaren coming across the line now. I'm not sure who it is. I think it is the keeper, and I think he is on a flying lap as well. So the keeper's going to come across the line, and he's going to set a 4.6, but it was invalidated. But that would have been pole at the minute, so that would have been a decent time from the keeper, as there is someone else coming across the line. I'm not sure who that is. It's so hard just to keep track of who the hell is coming across, but Adam, I think it is coming across the line next. He does a 6.2, so hey, look at that there, him and Joe, 9 thousandths of a second covering the two of them. That just shows you how close them two are going to be. But we'll actually ride on board with Ivor Bryan Mike because he's probably going to go into the pits, but he has returned, and we just want to see if he's still got the pace he had before, or has he found more pace, because I haven't really seen much of him because I haven't really raced with him in the ages. But it does look like he's actually in no traction because he wasn't taking a full throttle out of the corner. Joe has went very tentative. I think Ivor Bryan Mike is going to start a lap, so we will ride on board with his lap just to see how he does get on. As he came across the line to pump in an 8.6. We'll watch him now. Oh, he's very tentative through turn 1. As he now makes a big long climb up the hill. It's an absolute nightmare of a corner this is. You have to, it's so hard to slow the car down. But Adi Babas will say that does do a 4.5, so that's a good lap from Adi. Who else is coming across? There is a Williams. I do believe that is Adam. So we'll see. He is 5 seconds down, so I'm assuming he's going to start another lap. There is a Mercedes. Is that going to be Thomas? No, it's not. It's going to be Saigate. Saigate's going to cross the line. He is currently just under a tenth up on his time. He's pumped in a 5.3 on a set of softs. He can't go quicker than that. I know he can go quicker than that. Kieran Trapp is... Oh, he's a bit of wiggle on. Who else have we got? We have McLaren, which I do believe is Sway. He's going to start another lap. Then now Renault is Kieran. It's not Kieran Trapp. I don't know who that is. Also, Janine is also on the lap as well. I do still apologise if I am pronouncing his name wrong, because I've no absolutely idea how to pronounce it. But I was actually saying qualifying was going to be close, but looking at it now, there is actually a couple of tenths between everybody, so I'm actually quite surprised by that. But as with that, Kieran Trapp goes in and does a 4.9, so that's a good lap from Kieran Trapp and puts him up in the P3. He was complaining before the race that he didn't have the pace, but a 4.9, only a couple of tenths off pole, is a very good lap, and I do think he can go a couple of tenths quicker. So we'll see how he gets on in the later stages. Adam Mack improves his time to a 6.0. Joe Corby's now into turn 3. Gets a decent exit. Well, I think he's on no ERS, so I think he has backed out of the lap. Yeah, he has indeed. Trying to see who's the Haas's. AMG starting his lap. Janine's just come across the line. He's on a 4.7, but it wasn't validated. That's the problem with this track as well, is that invalidations are going to be pretty key, because that last corner is an absolute pain. But Tom Pretty is about to start a lap as well, so we'll come to him in a later stage. I'm just trying to see if Sfocky joins the session. I told him not to join it, but he's clearly joined it anyway. Yarham, see how Yarham gets on. I think he's coming around now to the last couple of corners. He is. Yarham should also be one of the ones that's going to be up there towards the front, because he does have the pace, particularly in qualifying anyway, as he absolutely flies out of that last corner. But it's only a 5.2 from Yarham, but it is on a set of medium tyres, so I do think he will do roughly around the same time as Adi Baba when he does put on a set of softs, if he puts on a set of softs. As Ripper Rick is on the outlap starting one. Joe Corby's just coming across the line, but he's going to start another lap as well. I do believe that is Janine now. Is that him coming across the line? No, it isn't. He's the one that spun. It was F1 AMG has actually moved up into third place in a 4.7. So most of the guys are in the for, like, I'm assuming they're all going to go for the soft tyres. There is a Red Bull out there. I do believe that is Tom, and he is the furthest on track. So we'll go with Tom and see what he can do, as it actually he is going into the pits, and that's the way to take the pit entry. Make sure you stay to the right hand side of the track. So who have we got now? We have Thomas on an out lap. He's also got a racing point, which is Yarham. I'm not sure if Yarham's actually on another lap. I don't think he is, because he's on no ERS deployment. No Yarham's in the pits. We've got Ripper Rick. Ripper Rick is going to continue his lap, so we'll see what Ripper Rick can do. As he's about to run out of ERS just coming out of the last corner, but what can Ripper Rick do? He's pumped in a 4.7, and that's a good lap from Ripper Rick. It's a very good lap. That's a 4.7 as well. Adi Baba's also about to start another lap as well. We have Thomason behind. No, we don't. It is... I don't even know, but it was Saigate actually. So he's starting a lap as well. There is a McLaren out on track. I do believe that the closest one is Tekeepa. So Tekeepa needs to get his lap together. But I'm trying to see if there's actually anybody that's further along the road that actually is on the lap. I do believe... Who is it? Is it a Ripper Rick? No, it's not Ripper Rick. Is it Thomas? I think it is Thomas. So we'll go with Thomas, because Thomas is probably the furthest one around the track, as he's actually 2 seconds down, so we'll not go with Thomas. Saigate, we'll go with Adi Baba, because he's the next one then. He's only a couple of hundreds down in his time. Can Adi Baba find a bit of improvement? No, he can't. He's still another half a tenth down on his time as well. So we'll see if he can make it up here in the last couple of corners. This part of the track it's a very good part of the track if you can nail it. Just a quick high speed track. See, this last corner is a nightmare if you clip that inside curve, but he does go across the line, and he does improve till a 4.4, but it was invalidated. Must have been running wide at the last corner, so that shows that Adi Baba does have a bit more pace in the car. I think Tekeepa's the next one on the lap now, so we'll go with Tekeepa coming in the last couple of corners. He's very tentative on his steering, but he is going to cross the line. And it's a 4-5, and the keeper takes pole by only 2/100ths of a second to Alibaba, so it is close. It is very close. And next one to cross the line now is going to be his teammate Sway. He's 4/10ths up on his lap, but I think it's only still going to be... It's only a 4.9 from Sway, so the lap times are starting to fall now, which is exactly what I want to see. Someone else has also moved up there as well, but I'm not sure who it was. We also have Mercedes coming around the last corner, which is Thomas. He's currently up on his time as well. Can Thomas get into the set? And he takes pole 4.5. He was a couple of hundredths up, but he must have gained an awful lot of time in that last sector. Good from Thomas. With Kieran Trapp coming around the last corner now. Can Kieran Trapp improve? He's run out of ERS. Oh, he does a 4.7. So he does improve. Look at this. It's getting closer now. This is what we want. Qualifying is close. 4.7. He's down in 6th. With Sway as well. He's probably going to come back into the pits. The keeper's going to come back in. I think it's Janine. Is Janine now in a lap? He is out of the last corner. He is on the medium. So is he going to get... should give round to do another lap, especially on the softs. But he has went 2/10 slower. And I do believe now the next person, that is someone else also going to the pits. There is a racing point. Is that Stevie G? No, it isn't. It is Yarham who's actually about to start a lap. So we'll actually go on board with Yarham because we haven't actually really went on board with him as much. So we'll see now what he can do in the turn 1. He goes to 8th. Other drivers have went to 7th. But he sticks it in 8th gear. Long climb up the hill. He was hoping to get a wee bit of a slipstream from the car ahead, but it doesn't look like he's going to get it. And the car ahead was Ripper Rick, so Ripper Rick didn't really help him out there. We'll see now. Slows it down. You have to be very slow and very tentative on the throttle because the car just wants to just completely wheel spin and just go straight into Narnia. Come down here now. It's important. Yeah, he takes it. I would have went into 2nd probably. The 3rd gear seems to be enough. Now he didn't rev it in 60, he put it to 7th. Maybe generated a bit of understeer, as you can see there. He's run wide there, it's usually an ETL, but he is 6/10 up on his lap. So Yarham's actually looking like he could take pole position here if he nails it, but it looks like he's in the pit, so he must have invalidated it. Yeah, and he has invalidated, so that's a bit unfortunate for Yarham. Awesome dude's coming back out on track. The Mac goes in the pits. Ripper Rick is starting his lap. And I do believe Ripper Rick is actually the furthest along, so we will actually go with Ripper Rick to see what he can do. See if he can improve on that 4.7. Oh, and he's went deep in the turn 1. Completely got it all wrong. That was going to compromise his whole run up the straight. I think he's backed out of it. Yeah, he's backed out of it. That's unfortunate. So we'll go with Tom and see what Tom can do. Tom's just... Tom must have got it alright because he's run straight past him now. Let's see if Tom takes this corner. Yeah, the back end seems very stable there. See now. Now they dip down the hill. Hear the sound of the Red Bull. It just doesn't sound like the car's actually going down in gears. It sounds like there's no revs whatsoever. Like, look, just sounds like there's no revs in the car whatsoever. But as Tom improved, he is 3/10 up. So Tom's going to find himself in the 4s here. And at the minute it's looking like it could be a 4.7, 4.6 if he gets this together. Oh, and he kept it in 7th. He should have went to 6th. And he should have went to 4th there. His lines are horribly wrong through the last couple of corners. But he does still do a 4.6, and that is still a good lap time. I think if he had went the other couple of gears, he would have gained a bit more time. Ripper Rick again has messed up turn 1. We have Seigate now coming into turn 1. What's he going to do? He's hit it okay. Probably could have clipped the inside curb a wee bit more. But I believe Seigate's actually going to be the furthest man forward to actually take a lap unless it's Awesome Dude. It actually is Awesome Dude. And he is currently at 10th up on his lap time. He was saying before the race that he could do a 4.4. At the minute he is doing a 4.9. Maybe a couple of more tenths in the last sector. He could probably do a 4.7, 4.6. He takes it in 5th gear. Oh, a last corner. Oh, it's understeer wide. That might be an ETL. But he's going to go for it anyway. And he does a 4.5 and it was invalidated and it was only 8 thousandths off pole. He's going to be absolutely fuming. What's Ivor Brown Mike going to do? He takes turn 1 pretty well. That's the way he should be taking it. You could probably go a wee bit more to the actual left. Curb for the outside. But he is 2/10 up. As you see, That is Stevie G getting out of the way of everybody. That might be Stevie G's session done. And he is currently in 4th place, so it's actually not a bad time from Stevie G. Here we go again, Ivor Brian Mike. It's a decent take of the corner, as he has his teammate Kieran Trapp ahead of him, so we'll actually go with Kieran Trapp first. And we'll go back to Ivor Brian Mike after. Kieran Trapp's currently up as well. He might have lost a wee bit of time. The times are changing thick and fast. Adam does a 4.7, Sway does a 4.9. Kieran Trapp, oh, he's lost it. Might have messed up. I think he's messed it up. Ah, he's messed it up. What's Ivor Brian Mike gonna do? 5.2, he doesn't improve by too much. Who we got now? With the keeper takes pole with a 4.3. I just seen it there on the mini map. And the Yarham takes pole now with a 4.2. And now we go F1 AMG. What's he gonna do? Round the last corner. Also, what can Joe do? Is Joe even? Ah, Joe's went across the line and he's went in the third on a 4.5. F1 AMG has not improved his lap. Well, he has improved his lap time twice, so there you go. TMC Yarham does take pole along with the keep on second and TMC Corboy in third, so it is still relatively close. Like from Joe the whole way down to 13th place is only covered by literally under 0.2 of a sec, or just 0.2 of a second, sorry. So it is going to be very close. Then Sway's a further 0.2 behind. So Sway hasn't particularly had the greatest qualifying so far. Unsafe release down there now is P16 with a 5.0. Bit disappointed. I thought he probably could have got a wee bit quicker than that. But yeah, that was a hectic qualifying session there, particularly at the end. It was so hard to see who was going to be next, so I do apologise if I actually skipped a good few drivers. So we'll just do another quick rundown of the grid. So TMC Arham does take pole by just over a tenth to the keeper. Joe's third, Thomas is fourth, Addy's fifth, AMG is sixth, Stevie G seventh, Austin Dude eighth, Tom ninth, Janine 10th, Kieran Chops in 11th. He'll be happy with that because he gets to select whatever tire he wants. Ripper Rick closely followed in 12th, Adam Mako, Sway, Sygate, Unsafe Release, the returning Ivor Brian Mike down to 17th, and Bomber Samfa didn't set a time, and he's in the P18. So it's going to be interesting now to see what sort of strategies everybody does. I have no idea what the strategy is because I haven't touched the track. So this is going to be my only indication of what it's actually going to be, because I'll probably not touch it throughout the week. But it does look very, very sunny, so it doesn't look like we're going to have much rain. Which, for my sake, I hope we don't. But while I'm there, I may as well go through the driver stands if I can find them. So yeah, while everybody just basically readies up and all, I'll just quickly go through the stands. So TMC Corboy is first place still on 127 points. TMC Yarham was on 107 last week, but then I found out in Monaco that he didn't finish, so he lost this 7th place that I gave him because he didn't cross the line. So he's on 101, so there's a 26 point gap between him and Joe, and there's basically a driver between the two of them this evening, so be interesting to hear them two get on the track. Sway's in third on 83, then you've Stevie G in fourth on 62, Adi Baba, who's having a very consistent season so far, he's in fifth on 50 points, and then you've Sygate, who's also having a very good season as well, in sixth on 47. And then the constructors is Racing Points leading the way on 163, Alfa Romeo 142, and McLaren is 83 in third place, and then Mercedes is in 80 points in fourth. So it's still relatively close in the constructors between basically every team. Like there's at least every team's having a battle with someone in front of them. So it's still pretty close, and we'll see how we get on now. So we get all these up, and we'll get the tyres up. So let's see. Nobody has went for a set of hards. That's an interesting one now. Maybe the hards are probably too slow around here. Probably don't need them. But Unsafe Release, Sygate and Bomber all went for the softs. Focky has not left the session, so that's great. That's what happens when people do things unannounced. Well, It's alright, he'll not finish the race anyway, and on the default setup he'll probably get absolutely swamped. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 6 people on a set of medium tyres, everybody else is in the softs. So this is going to be a very interesting one there. I'm not sure what the delta is between the two tyres. I think the softs, according to what people have been saying, will fall off after 6 laps, 7 laps, maybe. So we will see. I think there might be, I don't know if there'll be overheating issues or not because it's such a fast track. I'm not sure if you'll overheat the fronts. I'm not sure, I haven't done any practice, so we will see as everybody's lining up now. But there is a huge gap behind Janine as he doesn't want to be sitting on the grid that long. But it doesn't really make a difference because everybody's tyres are what they are anyway, they don't cool down. So we'll get it underway. I'm not going to make a race prediction because I don't want to jinx anybody. I just want to keep it going the way it goes. But beautiful I think this is a very beautiful camera angle here. Just get to see all the cars coming up the hill. Some people don't like it, but I do. But we do have 2, we have 3, we have 4, and we have 5 red lights. All the engines are revving, and we're underway. And Jarham gets a good start. So does Dekeepa and Joe in behind. And Thomas actually looked like he got the best start of them all, but had to back off. But Joe's around the outside, and I think Joe has got Dekeepa. Dekeepa's on the inside. Is Joe going to take Jarham into turn 3? He isn't, but is Dekeepa going to come back on him? Oh, it's close. Oh, Thomas is around the outside of Dekeepa. Dekeepa's now lost another position as there's an incident in the background. Who is that? It's F1 AMG. He must have went up the inside and lost it. Focky has also been collected. Austin Dude is now losing positions. I think he was the one that collided with AMG, was he? I'm not sure, but he does look like he's broke his front wing. Yes, he has. He's absolutely broke it to pieces. But yeah, other than that, it was a pretty decent start. Everybody managed to get away well, but as you can see here, is this Dekeepa? He has got Stevie G all over the back of him. Is Stevie G going to make the move in the second last corner? He is not. But Adi Babas went so quick in the Stevie G's on AI. What is that? What is that about, Stevie G? What is that about? That is very dangerous. Making your car an AI. That is dangerous. Adi Baba will have a right to dispute that. That was very, very, very dirty. I'll see you now. He's not on AI. Oh, and there's unsafe release into the back of him. Stevie G's having an absolute mare. Don't know what he's done, but it's been absolutely a shambolic start. Kieran Trapp, the highest medium runner, is in 7th, and Adam Mako has closely followed him in 8th. So these two have absolutely had a fantastic start, and hopefully they can stick behind Janine and Tom, because if they do, that's going to be very, very strong positions. Hopefully to be gained at the end of the race when they are on the soft tyres. Ripper Rick has also made it past Adi Baba. Adi Baba's got a broken front wing. Adi probably could go for the hard now and probably go to the end of the race, but them hards are probably going to be absolutely useless. But we'll see what he does. We'll see if Adi does go in. Well, he is taking the correct pit entry anyway. Oh, is he? Oh, he's deep. He's deep on. He's illegally put it. Oh, that's an illegal one, I must say myself, but we'll forget that. We'll deal with that after. There is a close battle up top with Thomas and Joe. Thomas tried to go around the outside, but Joe managed to stick with it as Johan has now started to pull away. Ripper Rick and unsafe release with that wing down, which is somehow still actually doing alright, to be fair to him. We'll see now again, Joe and Thomas again. Joe defends it very well, but Thomas is around the outside. He's going to now have the inside, and surely Joe can't hang it around the outside, can he? Oh, I don't think he can. Oh, it's close. It's good racing between the two of them. But Joe has to concede the position. It was good driving between the two of them. They showed each other a lot of respect. But that there has now delayed a bit of time, and it's allowed Dekeepa now to catch back up. But Joe was going to think about going down in the second last corner, but just the move wasn't going to be on. But Dekeepa's now just sitting in behind, just waiting for the two of them to collide. As Thomas is only 10% ERS, and so Dekeepa's looking the best out of them all in terms of ERS. He's just going to sit in behind and just wait. Dekeepa has picked up a 3-second penalty as well, so that's not what you want. And Janine has now got Tom and Kieran and Adibaba, or not Adibaba, Adam, sorry, all behind him. But there's this move again. Joe now goes around the outside. Thomas, oh, it's close between two. It's a wee bit of wheel banging, but Joe seems to get the run. But Thomas now gets the DRS. And Joe's going to be a sitting duck, but he tried to block the inside. But Thomas was like, no way, mate, I'm getting through this. Oh, and Joe, it's close, it's close. Oh, it's Joe's wing. That was it's very good, very competitive racing. That's what you want to see. That is what you want to see. But further down, there is a move. Seeing that Stevie G and Ivor Brian Mike. And Stevie G's made the move. And then you have Sway as well, who's also very close to side gate. So the gaps are still close. It's just, I think, due to that whole break in the wing incident, it's kind of messed up. Oh, Thomas! Has Thomas spun it? Thomas has spun it! Oh, he must have tried to go up the inside of Joe into that corner there and it just didn't work. Oh, and who is that? He illegally joined the track and I believe I was Ripper Rick went wide. It wasn't, he's lost so many positions. What is going on? There's a massive gap now to Adibaba, or not Adibaba, I keep saying Adibaba, to Adam in 7th place. And this is helping Adam and Kieran Trapp. And Sway! Sway's lost it as well. It's just absolute hectic. And up top you see as well, the keeper's trying to make the move past Joe. The keeper's got the DRS. Is Joe going to hang it? Joe is not going to be able to hang it around the outside. He tried to go for a bit of a switchback but couldn't make the move. But Johan has just pulled out a 3.5 second gap. Has just been like, thank you very much boys for fighting, but I'm just going to take this. And Tom's looking very feisty here again on Janine and couldn't really make the move. And Kieran Trapp's just sitting in closely behind. And then you have Adam as well. So these two are going to look very strong towards the end of the race. You have unsafe release and Stevie G. Unsafe release. He's got a broken wing. And he tried to hang it around the outside. Wasn't the best thing to do. F1 AMG, don't know what he was doing there. I think he was fainting to go into the pits. But didn't. Ivor Brown Mike goes around the outside. Unsafe releases in the pits. Adibaba's sitting last. And then Awesome Dude's there as well. Hopefully there's a safety car. There was a move there. Sorry it was AMG, but I was just focused on this battle here. Oh, Kieran, Janine and Tom. It's close. Kieran's going to get the two of them. Is he going to make the move? Oh, beautiful move. He's made the move on the two of them. That is fantastic racing. But he has DRS as well. But Janine's going to try and come back down the inside on the fresher tyres. Kieran can't do anything. Tom's made the move on. Tom spun. There was a late break in from Tom. He was over ambitious. He just couldn't slow the car down. Thankfully, he hasn't fallen off too much. The move wasn't on. But Kieran Trapp pulled off an absolutely fantastic move, but Janine managed to get the better traction on them soft tyres, and that allowed him to come back. But it's looking very feisty here. And you have Joe just the 4/10 behind to keep us, so Joe can now start to save ERS because he's stuck behind to keep it, and that's what he's doing. All he has to do is just stick in the DRS, and he should be hopefully okay. But Joram's just still constantly pulling out time. He's not worrying about ERS, he's just like, I want to pull this gap out, so screw the lot he is. And obviously Kieran Trapp again. Kieran Trapp's going to go up the inside. Is he going to make the move? Oh, it's close. He does make the move, but I think Janine's going to have the better exit again. See, that's the thing. You make the move into that corner that you're going to give the guy behind the DRS. Oh, and Janine goes to the inside. Kieran Trapp doesn't really fight it too much, but he does go for a bit of a switchback. Oh, and he couldn't make it. Oh, and Adam's close. Oh, and Adam's clipped it back at Kieran and he spun. He spun, he came in way too hot, and that's allowed Tom to come back. Tom's run completely wide. That's been 2 times now. 2 drivers have just completely outbroke themselves. But Kieran Trapp and Gina are looking like they're having a good feisty battle here. And Joe made the move on the keeper, so I apologise to Joe for missing that, but I was watching that other battle. But Joe did make the move, but now this is just going to let the keeper now get the DRS. But it's going to depend now if the keeper's actually smart enough to stay behind and then get him. Go down in, I believe, turn 4, I think it is. If he gets them down in turn 4 and the keeper does stay behind, Kieran Trapp also makes a move on Janine again, but Janine's going to get the DRS again back on him and take him down in the turn 4. We'll see now. Well, maybe not actually, because Kieran's actually got a decent exit this time. He does. Kieran's got he had a very good exit there. So, oh, and Janine went in deep again. So Kieran actually pulled that off very well. Thomas and Tom Pretty. I don't know what happened to Tom Pretty. Did he break his wing? It looks like he broke his wing. No, he didn't. I don't know what happened to him. I think that's Thomas now. Is Thomas got a broken wing? I don't know. Tom's just suddenly just dropped back. I don't know what happened in there. Because he was not that far behind Adibaba. Or not Adibaba. I keep saying Adibaba. Behind Adam. I think the guys behind just caught him. But Tom is in the pits. And he's going to go for an early pit stop. Oh. So he's going to go for an early one. Don't know if he's going to change his wing or not. We will ride on board just to see. See if he does change his wing. I don't think he will. As there's a yellow flag in sector 2. Tom does not change his wing. Does F1 AMG. He doesn't change the wing either. So they have two guys. This is just a strategic call between the two of them. Ivor Brian Mike is still in the mix here. This is close. Like literally behind Thomas. They're covered by nothing, so it's going to be very interesting between them all. Kieran's pulled out a bit of time now, and Janine, I think this is now where the medium tires start to come into their element a bit. But he's starting to close the time on Takipa as well. And Takipa's starting to lose a bit of time to Joe. So it's going to be a matter of time of when these guys actually pit. Yaram doesn't pit, neither does Joe. Takipa does. Kieran Trapp doesn't either. Janine does. Adam doesn't. Thomas doesn't. Oh, Thomas does, and that's a slam dunk penalty. That was the most questionable pit entry I ever seen in my life. We'll see now with this here. Tom, he's recently pitted, so I think all guys are fine. I just need to remember what note. I just need to remember to take note of who were the drivers that illegally went in. It was Adi Baba and Thomas with the two. Rick's connection's a wee bit iffy, but it's calming down a wee bit now because everybody has made a pit stop. But Sway's close now. The back goes Ripper Rick. Oh, and it's close. Ripper Rick's still holding it. They're both on the same compound of tyres. This is just down to pure pace. And the minute Ripper Rick looks the faster of the two drivers, and he keeps the position. But he has a lot less ERS, and Joe Corby makes the pit stop, so he's going to try and gain a wee bit of time on Yarham, and he's trying to also cover off the keeper who did make a pit stop beforehand. And the keeper's got a lot of clean air as well, so is the keeper going to catch Joe napping here as Bomber is in the pits? Ivor Brown Mike's still going on the medium tyres. See now where Joe comes out. Sit close behind him, and the keeper's passed. He's made the move. He's done the undercut, and that's Joe's going to be raging in that helmet. Absolutely raging. The keeper caught him napping and did the undercut. Now are these two going to gain a bit of time on Yarham? It's going to be interesting to see when Yarham actually does pit. But there is a yellow flag in sector 2. Don't know who that is. Oh, it's Awesome Dude. He's just being lapped, I do believe. We'll see now. There's Yaram pit. Yaram does pit, and that's another questionable pit entry as well. Kieran Trapp is in. As Kieran Trapp continues, Adam Mako continues. Sygate is going into the pits. Oh, that's a close one with Ripper Rick, but the way Sygate took it is the way to take it. Even if you do run wide, you still will be penalised. So that's another one to watch out for. Yam is also being put under investigation. I will be looking at that as well. But I do believe now everybody else is probably going to have pitted. Yeah, it's just now when the medium guys actually do pit. So Yarham has actually managed to still come out in front of Takipa and Joe, but he actually hasn't got that much of a gap. What is the gap now? It's 3.3. I don't think it was that when he came into the pits. So, and I say that Ripper Rick and Sway having a battle. Ripper Rick, Sway, side by side. Sorry for the on board. I should have been on the broadcast view. Would have been a lot better. But Sway's now going off the inside. Ripper Rick can't really hold it around the outside. Oh, but he's trying to go for a switchback, but he couldn't make it. But it's a beautiful move from Sway, and this puts him in now into P3. And closely followed is Jarham, and needs to be very careful because these two boys are fighting for position. But Jarham's got the much better grip on the tires, and he is the quicker driver because he did take pole position. Down the inside, Ripper can't really fight it. And that is the move made. And Jarham's next opposition is Sergeant Sway. But Kieran Trapp still leads the Grand Prix. 4.7 seconds over Adam Mako. The question is now, is Kieran Trapp, where does he come out of the pits? I'm not sure how long a pit stop is. I'm assuming it's 20 seconds. So he is going to come out probably about 1.4, 1.5 behind Janine. So he will. But I say that there's also Awesome Dude again, I believe, being lapped. So I think Kieran Trapp, the leader, will come out in between Janine and Tom. Well, Janine and F1 AMG. Sorry, I should say. Oh, and that's Tom into the back again, but thankfully there is no wing damage this time. It's a close ding-dong battle here. You Stevie G also a part of this. Thomas, who went for the hard tires, which is quite a surprise because I think he pitted the same thanks to time as everybody else. Alibaba makes the move on unsafe release. Alibaba's had a very lonely race after what happened at the start, but unsafe release and him are having a wee bit of a scrap now. The both of these guys will be going to the end, so it will be interesting. That safety car will spice this whole race up. But the keeper now is right behind Ava Brown, Mike, and Joe's just dropped a bit of time. He needs to try and stick with the keeper because if he doesn't, it's going to be very hard for him to claw that back in. Yellow flag in sector 3, who is that? Don't know what's away now, so someone just must have run wide. But yeah, still pretty close between everybody. It's just there's nobody really close enough to make a move. But as I said, the keeper's got a fantastic run out of turn 3, right beside Ivor Brian Mike. Should have the move pretty easy because of the tires. He does down the inside. Ivor Brian Mike tries to come back, but he can't. And that is the keeper now up into 7th place, and the next in line is Focky, and he's got a long way till he gets the arm, and a long way to go. But Kieran Trapp has pulled out another 3/10 on Adam Mako. Now Kieran Trapp's looking very comfortable. Yarham was the second faster than Kieran Trapp at last lap as well. But yeah, Stevie G's close behind Tom. Tom, I don't know what happened to him. He was actually on for a fantastic result, but just I think he made one mistake and it's compromised him a lot of positions. As Joe has now made his move on Ivor Brown Mike into turn 3. And it actually has helped them now because he is now in the DRS of the keeper, but the keeper's going to try and make the move on Focky, is he? Oh, and he's locked up a bit. Don't think Focky can make the move back. He can't. And Joe needs to clear Focky very quickly. He doesn't want to catch him on this part of the track. Especially Focky on a default setup as well is going to be a lot slower. As Awesome Dude has retired from the session. That's a safety car! The safety car is out. Kieran Trapp is... Oh, it's so unfortunate for Kieran Trapp. He could have pitted. But it just came out just as soon as he crossed the line. He's going to be absolutely fuming. Ripper Rick makes a pit stop. Focky also makes a pit stop. Drive-through penalty for Thomas as well for speeding onto the safety car. I think now Thomas and Adi will both pit. Yeah, they will. Is Adi Baba going to pit? Yeah, he is. It's a smart move to pit now for a set of medium tyres. That's just brought Adi Baba right back into the race. But Kieran Trapp and Adam Mike are going to be absolutely fuming with what has happened. Although I think they're still going to be like, they might actually be. Will it help them? I don't know. It's going to be interesting now to see where they come out. The thing is though, they can't necessarily pit because they're not going to get the softs 20 laps. That's the problem. Unless they pit for a set of hards. It's a tough one for the two of them, but it doesn't look like either of them are going to pit. They're going to stay out. Don't think anybody else going to make a pit stop. Focky's made a pit stop and he's 19 laps on a set of softs. That is never, ever going to happen. But this might have compromised Kieran Chop and Adam. Because everybody's going to be so closely bunched. I think they should they have went for hards? I know the hards would have been the slower tire, but they would have got their pit stop out of the way. That's the thing as well. I don't know, it's a tough one. Kieran Chop's down the safety car. Horse it on there, will you? Let's just wonder when the safety car actually is going to come in. Ripper Rick actually pitted for a set of hards, so he's the only one on it. So we'll see now how this will benefit. As safety car staying out for another lap. As Silas has now joined the session, 18 laps in, so that's pretty good. So we'll see, this is going to be some nail-biting stuff. The one thing I will say is, it looks like it's dulling down just a bit. So is there going to be rain? Or is it just going to be cloudy conditions towards the end? We will find out. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. But if it rains, and if it rains anytime soon, Kieran Chop and Adam are looking in an absolutely fantastic position. But we'll see if there is actually any sort of rain coming. It's going to be very hard though for these two to keep the temperature in the tyres. Like, all them boys that just freshly pitted are going to get the temperatures in it very, very quick. So we'll see. It was getting a wee bit spread out, but it's a lot closer now, and Sway, I can tell you now, Sway is definitely going to let the keeper go, because they're teammates, and he will let the keeper go to go after Yarham. And oh, and it's close. Oh, and there is the rain. The rain is out. Oh, this is gonna get spicy, boys. This is gonna get spicy. So has Kieran Chop and Adam played an absolute blinder here? Have they played a blinder? Tom has also made collision with Janine. Don't tell me that's... Oh, and the rain's coming down. It actually looks like it's coming down very thick and fast. But Kieran Chop's gonna go out of the last corner. Adam has literally up his gearbox. And the keeper and Sway, as I said, has let the keeper go. So the keeper now is going to have a free shot now at Yarham. Oh, and now everybody's running deep. The conditions are not helping them. This looks like this is going to be enters this lap or next lap. So it is, and whoever makes the right call is going to absolutely gain so much time. And Janine, Joe's having a... Oh, he's trying to go for it. Oh, and that's in the wall. That's in the brow, Mike. He's in the wall. Oh, he's in the wall. Oh, and thankfully he goes to there because he could have took a whole corner secures out. F1 AMG is in the pits. We'll see how much time he gains now. He's currently losing a bit of time at the minute. Oh, and Keir drops off as well. Keir Trop is off in the conditions that the conditions getting a lot worse. It looks like they are. And especially on a worn set of tyres. And it looks like now F1 AMG is starting to gain so much time. So this could be the lap now where everybody comes in for a set of intermediates. Yeah, they're all coming in. They're all coming in now for a set of intermediates. It's going to be interesting now because Sway's going to have to get held up now in the pits. Oh, to keep us around wide. Fuck, he's continued. What is he doing? Oh, fuck you, man. What are you doing? Everybody else is in the... Oh, and look at this. Thomas and Stevie G. They're all trying to fight to get in the pits. This is carnage. This is absolute carnage. Oh my god, this is insane. Oh, Keir Top gets out. Where does he get out? This is mental. I have no idea where this is going to finish. This is insane. Well, Yarham manages to get out alright. So does the keeper. They're close together. Then it's Kieran Tropp's right behind Joe. But Joe's got a fantastic run and he's got Thomas napping. But Thomas is on a set of medium tyres. And Thomas is just going to have to let these guys go. He's going to completely ruin his race if he doesn't. Yeah, he's overcooked it. He's overcooked it. So effectively now it actually is Kieran Tropp's going to be in P5, Joe in P4 and Adam in P3. Adam's played an absolute blinding one there. But I said F1 AMG. Actually, sorry, I said that. F1 AMG I completely forgot was in the lead of this race because he was the one that pitted before everybody. So he was effectively P14 and he's now effectively going to be in P1 once these boys pit. That's mental. That is insane. The track has just got wet so quickly. Well, Focky's in. Who's that? Janine is also in. And Adi Baba is also in as well. Adi Baba has been in the wars this evening. He has been in the wars. He's had an unfortunate race. But now that actually now explains why some of the lap times were actually slow in qualifying. As Focky's had to replace a Wayne because he said that extra lap. I think Adi Baba's going to be in alright. But here it is now. It's a straight fight now for P2. For the actual race win. But Adi Baba and Thomas have pitted the wets. This is mental. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Like riding on board with Tequipa, it is intermediate conditions, but it does look like it's going to go to heavy wets very quickly. Oh, Tequipa, if he's in no ABS, that's going to be a pain in the backside in the wet conditions. We'll see now. At the minute, it looks like Tequipa's the quickest out of all the top 6. But any of the top 6 can win this race. Penalties is going to come down to it completely. And I know Tequipa's got 6 seconds. I don't think Yorham has any. I don't think Joe. I don't think Kieran. I don't think Adam have any either. So I know Tequipa's got about 6 seconds at least. It's going to be interesting to see. F1 AMG. Has he overcooked the tyres? He might have overcooked the tyres that first lap, which is now why he's starting to struggle. But they should cool down now very shortly. Oh, and Yarham's went wide. Look at this. The keeper's got a fantastic run. The keeper's going to make the move into P2. Yarham's made a mistake. Oh, Yarham's made the mistake. Yarham is going to be absolutely raging with himself. Adam has now closed up the gap. Kieran Tropp is slowly falling behind Joe, and Joe's just stayed the same gap to Adam Mako. And you have Sway inside gate as well. Sway trying to go around the outside. He's not going to make the move stick. But he is going to go for a beautiful switchback helicopter shot. He's going to get the better traction. And it looks like it's going to be Sway. Looks like it's going to be Sway. Is he going to make the move? The shocking camera view as well. But he doesn't side gate brake so much later. Oh, Sway's going to lose it. Oh, wrong. I think it's going to be side by side. Sway's going to hopefully hold it around the outside. And he does. Beautiful move from Sway. That was a good battle between the two of them. Especially in the wet conditions because it's very hard. Janine is also pitted. Adi Baba is struggling on them wet conditions with Ivor Brown Mike just completely overtaking him. Adi Baba's made the mistake. Tom Pretty is in the pit. Tom Pretty is sorry, he's got a 3-second penalty. Tom's still not out of getting a good handful of points now. He can still get it, but he's got picked up a 3-second penalty, so he needs to hope for the guys in front to pick up a penalty. But Joe has closed a bit on Adam now, and Kieran's dropping off a bit. Don't think he's enjoying the wets as much, but he has to just keep it clean, keep it consistent, because penalties ahead he will gain time from penalties. Because what is the gap between him and the keeper? It is 5.9, so he actually might not gain on the keeper because the keeper's 6 seconds clear. Sector 1, that's Tom. He's off. No, he's not. He's just made the mistake. Yeah, Adi Baba's struggling in these wet. Look at this. He's struggling in the wets. They're overcooked. They are overcooked. But F1 AMG has now started to get the temperature down on the intermediates and is starting to gradually keep the gap to the keeper. And Yarham's still there as well. So they're all still relatively close. It's just none of them are close enough to make a move, especially in the wet. You need to be, the way Janine is here now, you need to be within at least 3/10 of the guy behind to make any sort of an overtake. As there's Sector 2, who is that? Don't know who that is, Sector 2. Probably Thomas or Roddy because they're in the wets. And now look, see Janine now 3/10. He's going to gain 3/10 now in the straight. Any more than that and you're not going to be able to make an overtake. Up he goes into turn 1. In overtake. Don't know if you want to be in that. Oh, and it's contact and he's spun Bomber around. Oh, it's Bomber's collecting Stevie G and Stevie G's on the wall. Oh, but he hasn't broken his front wing. That was a bit of a risky one. I think Janine tried to give him the space, but it's just he clipped the inside curb and it just spun the two of them. Or just spun Bomber. Oh, that's so unfortunate. And now you have Ripper Rick, Bomber, Ivor Brian, Mike, 3 of them into turn 1. I think Ripper Rick's gonna have the 2 of them. No, he's not, because Bomber keeps his traction. Oh, Bomber's off the track. He's off the track, and he's in the. He's taking out the advertising boards. But Ivor Brian Mike now is going for the move. He's gonna make the move, is he? Oh, he's not. Ripper Rick has lost the back end a bit. Ivor Brian Mike, he's made the move, and it's a good move as well. But this battle at the front, Yarham is now caught up to the back at the keeper, who he saved a lot more ERS. Yarham is. So this is going to be an interesting battle now for the lead of this race. Focky now as well on a default setup. Adibaba's retired from the session. He's just had an absolute... has him in the best afternoon, best evening for him, I must say. Focky still doing okay with the default setup, but you can see in the traction zone he's losing a lot of time. But Kieran Top's now slowly eased off the back of Joe Corby. Joe Corby's keeping the same gap to Adam, and Adam's losing time now to Yarham, so it's going to be literally the front 3 is going to be the battle for the win, and I think everybody else behind will probably remain the same if they don't make any mistakes. So we'll see if any of these front 3 can make a move. But Yarham at the minute looks the quicker out of the 3 of them. Oh, and said he loses the back end. Oh, he's so close, and that's Adam Mako now. Adam Mako now is going to get the run. Is he going to make the move? After this, I'm going to need a cup of tea or a drink or something because my throat's going mad from all the action, but they're slow. Virtual safety car. I was wondering why they were going, Joe's out! What? I've just seen it. Joe Corby's put it in the wall. No, Joe, he's going to be absolutely raging. He's going to be absolutely raging. I've just noticed it. I've just seen the DNF. He's just completely lost the back end. Up the weak kink. That's definitely... oh, that's so unfortunate. That is unfortunate. But there is the VSC out. But everybody looks like they are struggling around this track. I'm assuming everybody here is bound to win for a dry setup, because there's no way in a wet setup you're losing the back end that much. Yarham has been caught completely napping by the keep on F1 AMG, completely napping at the VSC restart. And you've still the keeper, still within the half a second. Oh. Yeah, Focky 2/10 behind Janine now, who are both actually in the points. Janine's harvesting energy. Well, it's this. Oh, well, that's the rain light. Actually, that doesn't even make any difference in the wet. But Tom's 4/10 or 4 seconds, sorry, outside a point. Adam's catching up. Well, he's not really. He's actually losing time now to Yarham. Kieran's just staying within the exact same time. Doesn't really want to push it too much because the conditions are bad. Everybody just looks like they're losing the back end. And fucking Janine's having a bottle. Oh, Janine's in the grass. But fuck, he's made the move around the outside. That's a good move, I must say. Very good move for a man that's in the default setup. And I don't know what's happened, but Yoram's now managed to find that is now within half a second of the front two. So Yoram definitely has the pace. And if I was Yoram, I'd just burn all his ERS now. But I'll say that the keeper's got a fantastic run on F1 AMG. Is the keeper going to make the move? No, he's not. He's going to sit in behind. F1 AMG closes to the inside. That's going to allow the keeper to get a switch back. F1 AMG though should have the better traction. We'll just right on board with Yoram to see it from his point of view. Oh, it's close between the two of them. Yoram's closely there as well. If these three start fighting, it's going to allow Adam to get back into it. Oh, Yoram's picked up a 3-second penalty. That's not what he wants. Oh, a bit of lag as well. Oh, it's close between the three of them. But look at this Yoram in the slipstream. He's closer to the keeper than the keeper is to F1 AMG. But he can't make the move. Yeah, it's getting all pretty much static now between everybody else. It's just this front three. Oh, you'd love an all safety car, wouldn't you? Still a very good battle though between this front three. So it is. I don't even know what way it's going to finish. For all I know at this point, Adam could win the race. I don't even know if F1 AMG has a penalty. Because if he does, and Adam doesn't, Adam's going to win this. So we'll see. We will see. I do apologise to everybody that it is dying down a wee bit on the stream. It's just wet conditions. Not really many people are making much moves now, and nobody's really gaining any time in each other, like. So it's really hard to do a bit of commentary whenever there's not really much moves being made. But Yoram does look like he's got a much better run out of turn 1, but to keep us still in the slipstream. F1 AMG seems to have a decent amount of straight line speed, because it doesn't matter what happens, the keeper still can't get near him. But you say that there, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. The keeper's gonna make the move now, is he? F1 AMG might have better straight line speed, but the keeper says, frig this, I have much better traction. And he's going to go for it now because he's a lot closer. Oh, the three of them are so close. Oh, F1 AMG, bit of tank slapper. But the keeper's now into the lead of the Grand Prix. Oh, the keeper's run wide a wee bit. Oh, and it's going to be close between these three the last 7 laps. F1 AMG was just trying to... Ooh, it's close, it's close, it's close. Don't be going that close, mate. Don't be going that close. But F1 AMG is just sitting there. So is the keeper and Yoram. And look at this, Adam Mako's now starting to close up because the three of them are all battling. But Yoram, he's getting... He wants to make the move. He feels he's quicker. Oh, and he's went deep. Oh, Yoram's went so deep into the corner. That's allowed Adam. Adam has now closed up onto this battle. So now Adam has put himself into the contention to win this race. Man, I don't know what way it's going to... Oh, but F1 AMG's went wide. Let's give the keeper a bit of breathing space. Yoram trying to go down the inside. F1 AMG gives him the room. He gives him the room again, but I think Yoram's going to make the move, and he does. And to keep us trying to bait them all into the pits, but it's not going to happen. They're not going to fall for it that easy. Oh, from my screen it looks like they're all going to just spin it into the wall, but they're not. Have I just seen that right? Ripper Rick, Stevie G, what are you doing? It's way too early for the wets. It's way too early, sorry, for the slicks. Oh, it's way too early. I think it's going to be Inters till... Oh, I think it's going to be Inters till the end of the race. Well, actually, you say that there. It mightn't actually be, because I actually think it's going to be one of them ones like season 1, where the last 2 laps are going to be literally bone dry, as Ripper Rick has retired from the session. It's going to be like the last 2 laps are ridiculously bone dry. Because look, the dry line is forming, but there's still a lot of spray coming off the car. So I don't know. You'd near enough if you're at the back gamble, so you can kind of understand why Stevie G and Ripper Rick both went for it. Because look, the keep is now pumped on a faster lap of a 15.2, so it is getting quicker now on the intermediates. Kieran has pumped in a 15.4. Sway's on a 15.5, so the lap times are getting quicker. So that should be an indication that there's going to be time for the dries, but I think everybody will just... There's probably no point in pitting now, you may as well just stay out. Oh, Adam, he's hit them with F1 AMG. Oh, and the two of them have collided. That's going to be wing damage as well for Adam, I believe. That's just wet conditions, broke ridiculously late. Or not even, it's just the car just completely slowed, just wouldn't slow down. That's like Kieran Chop to close up. And any hope of Adam winning this race now might be out the window. Because he was in the 6 seconds. And if F1 AMG reports that, Adam could find himself in a bit of bother. But yeah, at the minute, if Yarham doesn't have 6 seconds of penalties, he will win this race, because I think the keeper still got 6. I want to see if anybody else is going to chance it on the dries. Don't think they will. Looking at it on board, it's not that bad, but then you look at it in the broadcast, so it still looks like it's nowhere near. It's just one of them races, but it's just one of them races. We are coming down now to the last 3 laps of the Grand Prix. Focky and Janine are still having this massive ding-dong battle that they've been having since the safety car restart. But Unsafe Release was pretty much down at 15th place, 16th place at the very start. He now finds himself in 8th. I think he's done 4 pit stops, or 3 pit stops, I think. Actually, he hasn't. He's actually only done 2. I thought he was in the pit a lot more than that. Thomas is the one that's done 5 pit stops. At the minute, Adamako is gained the most positions. With 10, F1 AMG is now still closely behind Adamako. Kieran Chop can't get under that 3-second marker. He can't get under it. And Stevie G's left the session. F1 AMG, to be fair, he nailed the strategy, he nailed the change into the wet conditions bang on. Absolutely nailed it. But in the dry conditions, it's just he just didn't have the pace over to keep on Yarm. Keep on Yarm have looked the 2 quickest drivers on track pretty much the whole Grand Prix. And Focky is in the pits. I assume that's going to be a retirement. And also for a change of front wing. He has also put on the slicks, so that's an interesting one. Thing is though, if you're on a set of dry tyres in these conditions, you're going to be seconds faster than a lot on the Inters. And these Inters, I wonder if these inters are going to cook. They probably won't. Sway picks up a 3-second time penalty. There's been a lot of time penalties flying in this evening. Oh, F1 AMG, bit of a wiggle. But we are down to the last lap now. And the minute it looks like the keeper is going to cross the line in first position. Unless Sharma has something to say about it. Just watching the time Focky's got as Ivor Brand Mike has spun it. What's the time? I think Focky's actually lost a lot of time. Let's just see how he's getting on. Yeah, it's not ready. Doesn't really matter because the race is pretty much finished. I think if the race had been an extra 5 laps, I think he probably could have got away with it this lap or the next lap. But the Grand Prix is only 36 laps, not 41. Here we go. We'll stay on this to keep us going very slowly. Adams dropped back. F1 AMG has lost a lot of time. I don't know what's happened to him there. Lost a lot of time, but they are coming around the penultimate corner now. Into the last corner, they're going a lot slower, so I'm telling you, it is pretty much dry tires. And to keep us going to cross the line, he is going to cross the line at first. But it is going to be Yarham that does take the win, is it? It is, and Adam's going to take second position. F1 AMG is going to take fourth. Kieran Trapp is going to take fourth off him. F1 AMG is going to take fifth. Sway is going to take sixth. I'm assuming Saigi is going to take seventh. And he does. Janine's going to take 8th. Unsafe release is going to take 9th. And Tom Pretty is going to actually come home with the final point. Actually, he takes 9th. Unsafe release takes 10th. And Bomber is going to take the final result in P11. So it actually was an interesting race. The rain kind of... Oh, I say that Bomber, man. He's crossed the line anyway, so it doesn't matter. No, it was a good race. It's just the rain towards the end kind of calmed the whole thing down a bit. But other than that, if it was fully dry, I think it'd have been a very good race. I think it's going to be some drivers are a bit annoyed. I think Joe's going to be annoyed that he lost it. Yarham's going to be ecstatic that he won. Kieran Trapp's going to be a bit annoyed because even though he didn't pick up any penalties, he's going to be annoyed the fact that he felt he probably could have won because he lost it under the I think it was the safety car restart. He lost it in the first lap or the second lap of it. Yeah, there was 3 drivers that didn't pick up penalty the whole race, and that was Bomber, Kieran and Adam Mako, and credit to them because it's a tough track to not get penalties at. Especially turn 1. Turn 1's an absolute nightmare, especially that last corner to get penalties at, but it was a good drive. I must save this. Save this results first, which I have done. So whenever I'm doing the tables, that I have everybody there, and I do. So I'll just do a quick final rundown of it. So Yarham does take the win. Adam Echo does take second to keep a third. Kieran 4th. F1 AMG is 5th. Sway 6th. Saigit 7th. Janine 8th. Tom 9th. Unsafe 10th. Bomber 11th. Focky 12th. Thomas 13th. Ivor Brown Mike 14th. Stevie G 15th. Ripper Rick 16th. Joe Corby 17th. Alibaba 18th. And Awesome Dude in 19th. And there was 1 or 2 people, I can't remember off the top of my head, that are probably going to be under investigation for the pit entries, but I'll have to just look back or ask one of the boys who it was on stream. But yeah, that pretty much is going to wrap it up. Join us again on Monday night for the Division 1 boys whenever they tackle this track, and hopefully it's as good as a race as it was tonight. So until then, see you Monday.